talk about 26, freedom to manage religious affairs. So religious affairs को manage करने का ये article है. Again, subject to public order, morality, and health. On the same conditions, every religious denomination or any section thereof shall have the right. Denomination मतलब sect or denomination. Within religion there can be lot of denomination. जैसे हिंदुइज्म में शैवाइट्स, वैष्णवाइट्स हो सकते हैं, इस्लाम में शिया हो सकते हैं, सुन्नी हो सकते हैं. इस तरह के जो अलग अलग क्रिश्चियनिटी में कैथोलिक्स हो सकते हैं, प्रोटेस्टेंट्स हो, इस तरह के जो डिनोमिनेशंस हैं विदिन दैट, इंक्लूडिंग दैट, वो भी क्या कर सकते हैं? दे कैन टू एस्टैब्लिश एंड मेंटेन इंस्टीट्यूशंस फॉर रिलीजियस एंड चैरिटेबल पर्पसेस. ठीक है. So it is for religious institutions. Religious institutions can establish religious institutions, meaning within a religion, Protestants can establish a separate Protestant Christian institution. That is the meaning of denomination and sects also. And for what purpose? For religious purpose and for charitable purpose. Right? Religious purpose समझ में आता है. Charitable means to do charity work. Charity means to help someone without getting anything in return. Charity means you do not expect anything in return. When you extend that help is charity. Charitable purpose. Or they can also do it to manage its own affairs in matter of religion. So they have religious affairs can be managed by the religion itself or the people who belong to that religion. A denomination can manage their own affairs. A religion can manage their own affairs. Meaning like, if they have a temple, they will manage their own temple in their own way. They have the freedom to manage it. To own, acquire movable and immovable property. तो वो जो religious institutions हैं, वो क्या कर सकते हैं? They can acquire property, own it, right, and manage it. Then to administer such property in accordance with law. और उसको administer भी कर सकते, देखभाल करना है वो भी. So these are the freedoms given to these denominations or to sects within the religion. What does it mean? Let us talk about the conditions here. You can do all these things, but the conditions are, so I'm not writing all those things that you can do. A, B, C, D. I hope you're going to write it in your notes. There are A, B, C, D. What can they do? So, but there are conditions of public order, again, morality and health. So what does it mean? That yes, you can do all these things. You can manage your own affairs. You can take property, manage it, right? You can establish institutions and all that. But within these conditions, you can't disturb public order. You can't do anything against morality and health. These are the conditions. So that was the matter which came in Sabrimala case, Sabrimala jo case tha, this was in question here. That Sabrimala is one of the denominations within Hinduism. There's a Lord Ayyappa, who's a deity, one of the Hindu deities. And there is a temple which is managed by a body, a religious body. So they're managing it, and of course there is this tradition that they have been following. And that tradition is that girls, or rather women, aged 10 to 50 years are not allowed to enter the temple. Their tradition, their logic is that Lord Ayyappa is a lifelong celibate. जो शादी नहीं करते हैं, वो celibate है. Age group की जो women है, वो उसमें प्रवेश नहीं कर सकते. And why this age? Because this is a menstruating age. So menstruating age women, 10 to 50 generally, cannot enter this temple because the Lord there, in whose name this temple exists, is a celibate. And this tradition has been followed for a long time. So there was this petition in the Supreme Court against this. Supreme Court में petition क्या थी? कि it is against our fundamental right. Fundamental right of what? 14, 15, right? Equality, and then no discrimination. No discrimination on the ground of sex. And within that, what are they doing? They are putting that restriction only on within women, only a small section, not small, large section, because that will be more than 60-70% of the women in this age. So they went in the Supreme Court that this is a violation of my fundamental rights of women. And the other argument was on the other side. So this is the petitioner's argument that this is a violation, right, of Article 14-15. Another defense was Article 26. difference was this, that this is a religious institution and we have freedom to manage. The Supreme Court in this case said then that was again there was a split decision, I believe. Constitution bench tha, 4-1 ka split tha, I think, and there was only one lady in that Constitution bench, and that only lady, there was 4-1 decision, I believe. The Supreme Court said women cannot be stopped, meaning all age women should be allowed. So the Supreme Court said that yes, it is a violation of equality and a violation of these articles, and it does not violate Article 26, meaning the religious institution. The logic given was it is a religious institution, yes, but this practice of not allowing women in the age group of 10 to 50 is not strictly religious. That was the Supreme Court's argument. Supreme Court का argument क्या था? Supreme Court का argument कहना था कि ये आपका religious institution सही है, but ये जो practice है, ये religious नहीं है strict, because ये किसी religious इसमें मिलती नहीं है आपको, right? Now if you go back to 25, there was this one clause that said non-religious secular aspects of some institutions can be regulated. तो कोर्ट ने कहा कि ये आपका रिलीजन की कोर रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिस नहीं है, not to allow women between 10 and 50, and hence you do not have right to claim your defense under Article 26. There was one lady judge within that. That lady judge was the only judge who said women should not be allowed. So this is that judgment which is very relevant. What has happened is then after this judgment, some petitioners, who were the petitioners and some other women in that age group, they tried entering the temple, but they were stopped by the people and they were not allowed to enter, despite that there's a Supreme Court order. If there's a Supreme Court order, it means it's a law. Unless Parliament makes another law and changes it, it's a law. Now, then they went back to the Supreme Court saying that our fundamental right is being violated and even these people are not allowing us despite your order. That is still pending. Women are not still allowed. Women did try going inside. There were a lot of efforts and there were a lot of news about it.